Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this live trading webinar. My name is Theo, for those who join us for first time, and I will go through the market analysis. I hope everyone has a great day so far, wherever you are in the world. For those who watched the webinar last night with me interviewing a famous trader, Anna Cooley, I hope you had a great session, guys. I hope you enjoy it. If you had any requirements or any questions you asked yesterday, and unfortunately due to time pressure, we weren't able to cover them with Anna, please send us some emails on the customer support or on the general Admiral emails or your account manager, wherever you prefer, and just mention about the interview last night, and they will all come back to me so I can help you with that. In the meantime, great webinar. Yes, perfect. So let's start with the news for the day and the headlines. As usual, of course. So this calendar here says that today, core PCE price index for the month in the US, personal income and personal spending. Guys, in some calendars, this will be shown as low impact news, but in this calendar here, comes directly from MT5 MetaTrader. It shows that it's a major impact news. So we just read them. Let's move on to the today's top headline as per the premium analytic portal morning briefings, and here we are. We can scroll down. Today's top headline: so gas prices jump to $3.50 a gallon in January, pose threat to Fed's inflation fight. Airbus to hire 13,000 workers as delivery delays rise. US, Israel send message to Iran with biggest ever military exercises. Renault-Nissan near deal on alliance shake up. LVMH post record earnings on surging demand for luxury goods. Intel slumps on disappointing earnings, AMPC weakness. Elliott prepares to nominate state of directors at Salesforce. And for those who had the opportunity yesterday to have a look at some stocks, sorry, I'm sharing a different platform now. That's the trading view, but that's the easiest way to share it. Here is the Tesla. And you saw yesterday from 144, we jumped to 160. Obviously, because this is not a runaway gap, we do expect at some point to be filled. If some of you think that I talk nonsense about runaway gaps and breakaway gaps, I can explain them in another session, but now it's limited amount of time. So let's go to the MT5 platform. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with the pound against the dollar. We are still around this resistance area, although something I would like you to guys understand, it's the ATR, the average true range indicator, and it's a useful indicator you can use. So what is the average true range? By default, it's on a 14 days calculation. This indicator takes the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 14. So from here onwards, it calculates the average pips on a day per bar, per candle, and it weights it. It finds the average number. it divided by 14, and it gives us this number here. So we have a forecast that on average, this pair on a recent daily moves, it's going to give around 100 to 110 pips. So if I'm about to sell here based on my technicals, and at this point here, I'm about 90 pips, let's say, because we know that maybe we can see some more spike to the upside, it's good to have our stop loss based on the ATR. That's how I use it. All right. And it's a great tool to use as well. So let me read some comments here. It was great webinar. Can we find all the volume indicator Anna used? Yes, guys, I will contact Anna to see what sort of, how can we get her indicators, and we will let you know definitely. Could you please explain the point of control Anna discussed about? That's another thing. Now you gave me an idea about series of webinar maybe I can launch for you based on volume analysis. It's going to be about 3 to 5 webinars length. So I think you can participate on that. Because right now, to explain the point of control with a MetaTrader 4 without having these volume indicators, I have to go to TradingView. It's going to be, we're going to deviate a lot from the today's session. So Anka, please give me some time and I will come with webinar series about volume analysis. All right. And of course, I'm not going to let you behind the order block trading. It's a great tool. When I initiate trades, I look for order blocks as well, but I don't explain them on this webinar because we cannot just have in 10 minutes explanation for something that it requires 2-3 hours. Okay, so for you to really understand it. Good morning, interesting about investments. Of course, guys, today I officially I will start to record the investing series conduct I personally wrote for you, and hopefully, I don't know when they're going to be ready, maybe in 2, 3, 5 weeks. They're going to be on the website, on the official website, so you can start learning how to invest. Please be mindful that in this webinar we are going through trading, and it's going to be another webinar about investing, but we are in a process of implement so many things. I'm also fired up and excited to bring as much value to you as possible on a daily basis through this webinar, through all the webinars we do, and the courses, of course. So please be with me, and you will enjoy it along the way. ATR, it's like the range volatility. Darshan, yes. I sense GBP will drop back. Look, Darshan, if you have the sense that it will drop back, then we will go by your sense. Okay, I can sell the house, I can sell the car, I can sell everything here, and we go all in to short the pound. I'm totally joking, yeah. What happened to the question and free book? Yeah, she said that what did she said about a trading strategy you are already using, and you can post it underneath the webinar, the results. Like, for example, if you are trend follower and you buy, let's say, on the retracement, and just use one strategy and see how it's going to work. That's what she said. Can we have the link access to Anna's webinar yesterday? Definitely. The team will prepare it. Make sure you guys subscribe on the YouTube channel, enable your notification buttons. Here is the YouTube channel, because it's going to be uploaded on the YouTube, and that's the only way to know when it's going to be uploaded. Okay. So before we continue, just give me only a few seconds to go through the disclaimer, just to mention that this content is for general information only, and it's not intended to provide trading or investment advice or personal recommendation. Thank you so much for your understanding. And let's continue. So with the pound, yes, we do expect to see some drop, of course. On the euro, We had this interesting price action set up on the daily charts. Here we had this hammer, then the pin bar or the shooting star at this point here. It hosted this inside candle, then another inside candle. Yesterday, another inside candle. So it's like coiling, and any break to the downside, it should be with a great amount of volume based on my experience. Now, why do we have these rejections here? If the price is going to push to the upside, we don't know, but based on this uptrend, it looks like it's running out of steam. You see that the green candles, they become smaller and smaller and smaller. They are sort of ranging, so we do expect to see some retracement from the sellers. At this point here, we have also the order block. I promise I'm going to talk about order blocks as well in a webinar series, and among with volume analysis. And what can we understand about this is that the price can tap into this area if it has the momentum to continue to the upside. First, it has to retest some area of support because it looks like it's running out of steam. USD CHF, we bounce from the support. Here is the support, and now the market is trying to push to the upside. Australian dollar against the US dollar. I see on the left a strong, very strong resistance here. The market yesterday was unable to sustain this move to the upside, and we saw that the green candles, they became smaller here. This spinning top at resistance without making any major move to the upside can cause the price to fall a bit backwards. And from the volume analysis here, we can see that the volume is dropping while the price is climbing. So when the momentum is rising, we see the volume drop down. It means the momentum is not really that strong here to cause the price to push to the upside. So we do expect to have some setup back here. And to be honest with you, I initiated a trade earlier this morning around this level. I took in consideration the ATR. If you plot again the ATR, where it's ATR. If you plot the ATR, you will see that you are about 70 pips. So if we measure 70 pips from this point, we are another 20, 30 pips above this high. So I took that in consideration because the price may be spiked, double top before it's going to continue to the downside. So keep that in mind if you're going to initiate trades. And why did I initiate this trade? Because we saw that the price is moving upwards right at this resistance. It didn't broke through. Very low amount of buyers were here to push the price higher. The volume drops. It means some weakness possibly can come, and it's a trade that it has a high probability for me. The Kiwi around this area here, it's a bit Anka. Yes, I do use ATR only on daily charts and on 4-hour charts, of course. But if you try to use it on the 1-hour chart, on the 15 minutes, it just doesn't work because it's calculated on the daily. All right. All right. Yes, another order block on the Aussie. Correct, David. Euro already is back 60 pips. Yes, correct. Gold retracement likely according to the price action. Yes, Rumon. Please let me know the official website. Absolutely. I will send you right now the official website. It's this one here. Guys, for those who are new here, on our webinars, Admiral Markets. You can click here. You can open live account with us, demo account with us. And let's keep moving. So New Zealand against the US dollar right at this resistance. However, because we have this this kind of order block at this point here, and if you are keen to sell it, please take in consideration that here there is a lot of activity, trading activity, and your stop loss can be above this high, not above these highs here. Okay, remember that, because maybe the price is going to spike and then it's going to reverse, but maybe it's going to just push through. So who knows? Yeah, anything can happen. But saying that, price action indicates that the buyers are not in that control. USD Canadian dollar, I do expect to see some weakness here with the strength on the Canadian dollar. However, we have limited room. And if we're going to take a trade from this point, understand that based on the ATR, the stop loss has to be a little bit higher. The two moving average I use on these charts, and I purely use them as filters, trend filters. It's the 50 moving average with the red color and the 200-day moving average with the green color. So 50-day moving average, 200-day moving average. Some consolidation here, still bias bearish. Why? Because we have these lower lows and lower highs. We are approaching this area of resistance, and the market can sell off at any point. But because we are a bit deep in this downtrend, maybe we're going to see break to the upside. If we come here and we reject it, most likely we're going to see some continuation to the downside. Aussie against the Japanese yen, it's something I told you guys to keep an eye. There are many people, they were here on the live trading yesterday, and remember I talked about this when you asked me about the euro against the New Zealand and the pound against the New Zealand and the pound against the Aussie. I said instead of these two, just focus on the Aussie yen, because yen shows some weakness, Aussie shows some strength in general. We had closed higher than this point, and I said for 5 minutes and 15-minute intraday trading, you have to focus on this pair for yesterday. I hope that some people they trusted the price action, and guys, at some point you have to trust the analysis we do. You have to trust the price action you see on the chart. And if you had some losing trades because of this, it's totally fine. We don't have the privilege of time to wait until okay, what if this is going to go like this and then it's going to go down? No, we take a losing trade, and maybe nobody took this pin bar, yes, but maybe someone took the pin bar. That's totally fine. When we realize that this trend has reversed and then the bias is on the upside, then we trade with the trend. We trade with a strong price action. So euro against the yen on resistance here. So nothing to do at this point unless we find the weakness and we would like to short it. But you understand that if we short here, stop loss has to be above this area, okay? And then if the calculated risk and the reward support this move to the downside, then we can take the trade. Pound yen, it's the next pair, and I will talk about here. What is my opinion about this? First, I would like to see the sort of retracement. All right, the price didn't even come to the 50% or the 61.8%. For me, the ideal entry in this one, it will be here on the previous swing, on the previous broken swing, that can act as resistant on the bounce now, this area here. taking in consideration that we have a strong order block right here where I marked on the chart, fib retracement at 50% haven't been touched, at 61.8% not even closed. But what do I see? I see that the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement matches perfectly with the previous, with the recent broken support, now new resistance. So I will be waiting for this one to come up to here before I start taking trades. So for now, it's just have too many obstacles to the upside. No price action strong suggested yesterday that we can see a push to the downside. So I'm waiting for that. Pound Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. Yesterday, some strength in the Canadian dollar appeared across the currency pairs. Now I can understand without indicator, but for you, maybe we need to put the indicator. If you are new in trading, it's hard to spot this stuff without them. So we have this strong bullish divergence here. So the price is making lower lows, but the indicator is making higher lows. All right, and this is the MACD indicator. It takes in consideration the 26 days. That's why on the daily chart, it's one of the most reliable indicators for divergence. And here we can see that the price is just strengthening, and at some point, an explosion. I'm waiting for this explosion to the upside, to be honest. Okay. So, but right now, I'm not going to take any position simply because we are within this range. And the second one is that if I enter here, my stop loss has to be about 300 pips. And to make 900 pips or 600 pips, to make 2 to 1, the price has to come at the least here. But I know that if we're going to break and close above and we're going to create our first new higher high, when the price is going to retrace, it's going to have some rejection maybe around here. I can find a good price action. I can enter with a smaller range of stop loss and high probability to experience some good winners along to the upside if this is going to happen. Now, this is a bit long-term scenario, right? But we're going to keep that in our watch list. That's why we do our analysis, to understand what sort of opportunities can we trade. For intraday trading in the gold, yes, because someone asked if you are intraday trader. Now, bearish engulfing yesterday on the daily chart, it shows that we can have some continuation to the downside here. So for intraday trading, yes, why not? We can look for shorts. Crude oil, it's just messing the gas. It still keeps selling to the downside. Silver consolidation here, nothing happened. The Bitcoin is trying to push higher and higher. The euro against the Australian dollar, we broke below this consolidation, but I saw this morning, we came into another support area. So we are in between a resistance and a support now where the price can go. It's although I had a bias to the downside, but after this support on the way, it's not that clear anymore. Euro against the Canadian dollar is clear. Let me put the resistance here. If we go on the weekly chart, we can see, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a very, very, very strong resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches here. Here is an order block for you as well. Last week, the price action was this doji candle, or we can say spinning top. All right, consolidation here after a strong move to the upside. Maybe the sellers at that point are just waiting. So I enter early this morning with this bearish engulfing. My stop loss, it's about 100 pips higher based on the ATR. And I do expect a 3 to 1 by the time it's going to reach this area. Why I entered here? Simply based on the strategy I shared with you, my strategy for the ranging market. We had this move here. And why I entered here and not there? Because at this point here, we have kind of triple top. And a triple top, it's stronger than a double top. So the MACD shows divergence because the MACD goes like this. Insert indicator. So the MACD has a strong bearish divergence, the price making higher high, and the MACD makes lower high. We are right at a very strong level of resistance, and we had double rejection. We had rejection recently with this. Let me delete this. We had this rejection false break of the resistance with this shooting star, and then a trial from the buyers to push higher, another false break right at resistance, and yesterday bearish engulfing. News in Canada were very positive. Interest rates hiked, so we can possibly see this market to sell off a bit, at least temporarily. For intraday trading, I will be focusing on the Canadian dollar strength and some maybe euro weakness or pound weakness. So that's the play for the day. I hope you keep some notes. Euro CHF, although we didn't talk about that. Remember, guys, we said that this move to the upside, we can see some rejection somewhere here or there. The rejection came here. It was a 3-to-1 trade. I don't know if anyone took this trade here. It was on our watch list. Now the market is just moving sideways around this area of resistance. Euro New Zealand very sideways. Pound against the Australian dollar. We finally closed with below this area of, on the daily chart, we closed below this area of support. So I'm looking more into the pound weakness and to the Australian or even to the Canadian strength. But anyway, for now, we are waiting to see what's going to happen here. Ideally, we want another rejection on a retest of this resistance. So it will indicate that the market will hold that resistance. Now, what's your opinion about pound yen? We talked about that. Should I exit Tesla or hold more, buy at 107? Look, I cannot tell you in this webinar what you should do, exit or stay in the trade. I can tell you what I would do if I was taking that trade. And due to regulations and not due to the fact that I don't want to tell you something, okay? And I would like to make it very, very clear. We have another 1 minute left. Let me just go to, which one is this now? It's this one, anyway. So Tesla, in which time frame are you referring, please? Guys, when you ask about a pair or an instrument, please refer to the time frame. So with Tesla, we are still in this downtrend, and in a downtrend we are selling. Now, if some people they invest and they buy it, if you bought it from down here, then if you are investing in that in the 1 hour, wow. Look, we do expect that we still have some room until the resistance. So if I was holding a trade here, maybe I will close some good profits and leave a little bit more until we retest this area to tap into this resistance, okay, on the 1 hour chart. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, it was a privilege and honor to host this webinar for you. Unfortunately, we have to wrap up for today. I would like to thank every single person of you for your participation and for your encouragement. And I wish you happy trading, happy weekend, and I look forward to see you again on Monday at the same time. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.